Yes, it was. The time is up, the wait is over. I'm here with my impressions of Fallout London. This is going to be like a half review because we've not actually beat it yet, but we've played enough to where I can talk about this. Before I begin, make sure you do drop me a like if you do enjoy this video, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Alright, let's get into it. So the first thing I have to say is, wow, this game, this mod is dope. I mean, this is really good. I'm gonna go over both the negatives and the positives, but I tell you now, there are way more positives. This is possibly the best effort I've ever seen for a mod. This right here is gonna wake Bethesda up and make them realise they gotta step up for Fallout 5. The level of effort that's gone into this game size mod is amazing, and they have gone out of their way to really make this game feel like it's taking place in London. I'm not just talking about obvious changes like outfits, guns, buildings. I'm talking about really small details as well, which are really appreciated. Even things as small as typewriters and terminals look totally different in this game, and it works in making it feel so much different. You have a new Pip-Boy. In fact, it ain't even called a Pip-Boy. This is the Atta-Boy. The Pip-Boy never reached England, so instead they made this knockoff. It functions the exact same, but just having that extra detail in story really goes a long way in immersion. Then you have a whole new radio station with new songs made just for this game. You can actually check out the playlist right now on YouTube. It's all really cool. You're no longer collecting bobbleheads, you're now collecting beer mats. Instead of a Vault Boy representing the different perks, you now have these little white guys taken from Protect and Survive. This was a real information campaign produced by the government and shown to the UK public with these like terrible instructions on surviving nuclear war. And I mean, like, if you were to follow any of this, you'd just end up dead. So like pieces of media such as When the Wind Blows, they'd just like completely poke the fun out of this, take the piss and whatever. And I guess from there, Protect and Survive became this like really infamous thing over here in England. However, many international players probably wouldn't have a clue about this, so it's cool on that level as well. And then outside of the small details, you have these huge things too, like the London landmarks you can visit and just see how famous locations look and were affected after the war. Trafalgar Square, London Bridge, it's all here. And this game is packed full of Easter eggs and references to British media. You have this hot-headed chef, literally named Ramsay. You have Ted's Barbers, which just so happen to be selling mysterious meat pies next doors. Not difficult to figure out who that's based on. So much stuff like that really give this game charm. This mod even has all new mechanics, like for example, there are some doors that you just can't open unless your strength is high enough, and that's missing from base Fallout 4, and we found that to be a really cool addition. Another thing, I don't know if this is of any importance or not, but whenever there's something mysterious that's like story related, there's this strange sound cue that plays. I don't know if that's going to tie into the story. I have a feeling that it will, but I've not got to that point yet. But before I do start talking about the basics of the story, I want to go over some technicals first. Downloading Fallout London will require the full Fallout Game of the Year edition or Fallout and all the DLC. Depending on what platform you get it on, it can be kind of confusing, so I will link a guide below. Then we have the crashes, right? And this is kind of an issue. We personally couldn't even get through the opening scene without it crashing, so we had to spam skip cutscene buttons, which did get us through it, but then you're missing out on like the opening cutscene, so obviously it isn't a good fix to the problem. And the Fallout London team are working on this right now, so for now it's the best we have until it's fixed. And I guess you can always watch the scene on YouTube or something. It's not exactly ideal, but it is what it is. These crashes are super common as you play, and it's just best to install Buffout 4 early on. I hear some online complain about this, but I think that's kind of dumb as hell. I mean, you're already playing a mod, but you want to bitch about installing a mod. That don't make no sense. But anyway, finally, you want to get IFPS physics fix, unless you want to be randomly speeding all over the damn place. Again, I do hear people complain about the crashes right now, and I think it's valid to an extent, but remember, this is a team of Fallout fans who made the whole thing in the bedrooms, and what they have achieved is beyond impressive. Plus, they're working on fixing all this anyway, so y'all can chill, right? Not even Bethesda is perfect, and y'all know it. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil anything super major in the story, however, there will be some minor spoilers here, so I'm just going to give you that warning anyway. Right, let's get into the story. So this game is set in the year 2237, which lands it between Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. You camp a strange underground lab with like no information or anything, so this game basically is you trying to find out who you are, and it's pretty dope. The way you escape the lab is really cool. There's this new gang called the Vagabond, and they get word about this lab and they raid it, blowing their way through the walls, killing all these scientists, and then they free you from the tube in the process. After escaping the lab, this mysterious motherfucker, he shows up on all these screens and he's calling you Wayfarer. He lets you know that he's allowed you to escape and basically puts you in your place. Once you've escaped the lab and begin exploring London, you'll meet some really cool and quirky characters which are all fully voiced. The dialogue options are great, and I love that you now scroll down through the dialogue choices. One random character that I found pretty cool was Randy. Man's just like naturally cool and whatever. But yeah, then you got like these quests with the pre-war German military goals in like a nuclear submarine. That was so dope, man. And they got some real cool guns too. You want to keep your eye out for that. Now I will say this, some characters obviously stand out more than others. Like for example, the fuck you kid. And we even got Harold inspired characters, and I'm not spoiling shit, but that's hella nice. A side note real quick, I find it funny how these like random Yorkshire accents and stuff mixed in with the Cockneys. Again, these characters are all fully voiced and it's impressive. My only two nitpicks is that one, sometimes it's really obvious that the lines were recorded on different mics and so like the quality changes. It's not a big issue, but it is noticeable. And then my second issue is when you're listening to say the radio, there's like these few second pauses between each lines. And so like when two characters are talking to each other, it just ends up sounding really weird as hell, man. But aside from these small issues, everything else works great. London itself is awesome. The team have done such a good job of recreating famous landmarks and infamous locations. I've been to many of these places IRL, so seeing them recreated in a post-apocalyptic environment is really cool. Plus this game can get pretty damn creepy at times. I'd say even more so than Fallout 3. In certain places, it starts to feel like a full-blown horror, and combined with like turning off your radio, the atmosphere is phenomenal. Although sometimes they opt to use their own atmospheric music in some locations, and to me it actually had the opposite effect, and I don't know, it just made it feel less immersive. But hey, as well as the locations itself, the characters of this game really give London so much life. That being said, I still did find myself wishing there was some more open areas. There are some open areas and wilderness and whatnot, but as a whole they felt few and far between. I think if they added a moors area, that would have worked really well. Just a large open area, like middle of nowhere, where a bunch of rare enemies can spawn, maybe some cryptids. I know it wouldn't be super accurate to London itself, but it really doesn't have to be. Fallout 76 works just fine with their version of West Virginia. And just real quick, for anyone outside of the UK who don't know what the moors is, it's basically like our version of the deserts. It's like these huge areas of nothing, creepy ass, like, you know, just a bunch of bad shit happens there. Alright, now let's talk about the weapons, because there are a bunch of really cool and unique weapons to this mod. You've got new pistols, rifles, shotguns, a new flamethrower, and some really cool melee weapons as well. For a while I'd been really enjoying this halberd weapon, and now I've got Gordo's staff, and it's dope. When you very first hit the train to London and you get out, you immediately come across this gang and they get you this butterfly knife, so yeah, you definitely know you're in the UK now. But yes, a ton of new guns that are all customizable, and brand new melee weapons like swords straight out of the Elder Scrolls, and some CSGO knife flickering. So my conclusion of this mod, or really I should say my conclusion of this game, because it's really that damn good. Team Fallen have done such a great job with this, and really Bethesda should be looking to hire a bunch of these people from the team. What this team has done from home is pretty phenomenal. I mean, they've achieved what many developers today can't, or at least can't be bothered to. And again, this team has done such a good job with the atmosphere and the lore. This game feels like London, and it also proves what I've been saying for years, that a Fallout game set in England or anywhere outside of America can and probably will work, and this is the proof of it. So many Americans would disagree with me, but here they are right now enjoying Fallout London, so what can I say? Fallout London team, you did your job, and you did it really fucking well. In case you can't tell, I cannot recommend this mod enough, so if y'all got a PC, make sure you install this mod, give it a playthrough. You know, it feels less like Fallout 4, it feels more like Fallout 3 to me or something, but it's so unique. It feels like its total own thing. It's like if Fallout got rebooted or something. I mean, it's that good. So yeah, make sure you check this one out, and if you do check it out, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. That's going to make it for this review, guys. I'm so happy to finally do this review. I'm so happy to be finally playing Fallout London. This is all so dope, man. I'm happy right now, you know what I mean? Remember, y'all, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one, y'all. Until next time, fucking have it.